Now, if you track with the channel, of course you know that we're always on the lookout for fresh ways for families to engage in video games. So when we caught sight of the PlayStation Parents Guide, we were excited to work with them to highlight what PlayStation has to offer families. So to do this, we're going to be putting PlayStation games to the test in our real-world families. Of course, we'll be looking at games like FIFA and Minecraft, but in particular, we want to look at games that are only available on console on PlayStation, like Quicky Towers, Little Big Planet 3, Ratchet Clank, and of course, Tearaway Unfolded. So as we head down to the Hunt family, this is going to be a parent's guide to PlayStation with a difference. We spent the whole day with the family trying out these games, so we can bring you the highlights of how to get the most out of them in your family. So the first of our games is a little title called Quicky Towers. This is downloaded, available on the PlayStation Store, and it's not available on other consoles. What I like about this is that it's 4 players. Just connect 4 controllers to your PlayStation and away you go. Also, it's a retake on that common Tetris gameplay, so everyone in the household had played Tetris before and knew what was happening. Although here there is a twist because there's some real physics going on, so it's not just about placing your blocks and matching up the different slots, but you also have to think about the balance of your tower.
Mom, I'm sorry.
It's your birthday.
Oh no! Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I'm 4.
As you can see, it all gets pretty competitive with Mum and the boys going head to head. But with a range of ages, this game worked really well. There's also attacks you can do on each other, as well as concentrating on your own tower that can either help you or hinder your opponents.
So close! It's only 1! It's no! It was touching the...
And it all often comes down to a knife edge finish. As the family got better and more used to the game, again, that competitiveness really ramped up. So as Dad arrived home, he was keen to get in on the action too. So we set him up with a different mode on Quicky Towers. So rather than race to the top, there's a puzzle mode here. Now you have to think more carefully about what you're doing. It's who can stack the most blocks underneath that line. So rather than trying to stack high, you need to stack smart. And this is where those real physics come into play, because by placing your blocks in the right position, you can build out a very wide tower, enabling you to get more blocks than any of your opponents. So you can see here again, the tension and the competition really rises with the boys concentrating hard, doing the best that they can to beat their dad at his old favourite game.
No. Oh yeah.
And by the end you can see it is really close, so you get a countdown of who's got the most blocks and who's it going to be.
Yeah!
Oh yes, our dad wins the day. So next game on our list is Little Big Planet 3. This is exclusive on PlayStation, has been on PlayStation 3, is available on Vita, and this is the PlayStation 4 version, so visuals really bumped up, looks great, gets all the family involved. And what's nice about this is really light platforming with 4 players can all work together. You see the boys there helping Mum along.
Everyone's out. I'm up. When we get to the top of this pad, we jump over stuff.
Yeah, but how do I jump over there?
Press X. No, can I make it? Can I make it? Yes, I made it.
By doing this, you progress through the level, but you're not only completing the level, but you're also collecting stickers and items so that you can customise your character and make it look like you. And when you have 4 players all doing this in a family together, it's really nice to see how each of the different characters ends up looking really different. And on top of that, in this version of Little Big Planet, there are also additional characters with different abilities. There's Swoop the bird, Oddsock the 4-legged dog, and then there's the Toggle character which changes size. And there's the whole game creation side of Little Big Planet, where people all over the world have created millions and millions of levels, so you can jump in on their creations, and also you can learn about game creation too. So once you've completed the game, you've collected all the parts, you can then go and create your own inventions, and really your imagination is your only limit. But before that, you can have a lot of fun working through the levels. I think there you go, we're through this level and on to the next one. Next on our list for our family to test is Ratchet & Clank. Now you may have heard about this because there is a movie out this year following Ratchet & Clank, but this is the PlayStation 4 game featuring 2 characters that work in harmony. It's a single player game and the family here enjoying passing the controller around and all getting involved to work out where they should go next. You can see little Noah there egging on his bigger brother. So here we are, we control Ratchet and we work our way through this fantastical world, go on adventure to recover all sorts of items, and as you progress you get more powers and more abilities and the world expands and you visit other planets. What I like about this game for the family audience is it's a truly proper exuberant battle with some fisticuffs, some shooting, some hand-to-hand combat, but being Peggy 7, it keeps that in a sort of safe and friendly zone. And as you can see, the boys are all concentrating hard. Even young Noah here at the controls is able to progress alongside his older siblings, and he certainly enjoyed getting in on the action too, while they offered advice on where he should go next.
Whoa, that was nice.
So by the end of each of these levels, everyone is fully involved and egging the player on. It looks like they're almost finished this. Yeah. And yes, they've done it. So on to the next level, and for us, we're on to the next game. Now this is where the kids are headed off to do homework and towards bedtime, and Mum and Dad settle down for some tearaway action. This is the game that looks like it is all made out of paper. The interactions and the way you work the game are quite unusual. It uses that PlayStation 4 controller to project a light from the front of the controller into the world, and you have a whole host of interactions like that. There's some touchpad options here, so you come across these drum skins in the game, and if you tap the pad at the front, you can then direct your character in the game up and on, and so you have a different way of progressing. It's a platform game, but the platform game not like any other you're likely to play. There's also a really novel story that is engaging, I think, for grown-ups as well as kids, about this little messenger who needs to try and make contact with the outside world, which is you as the player. You have to defeat these scraps, so it has a little bit of action in there too, and you can see that both Ben and Claire enjoying some time playing games together in an evening, and it certainly has something for the whole family. Exclusive on the PlayStation, previously it was on the Vita, here on the PlayStation 4. It really is something unusual, and I think that works well for people who maybe don't play games quite so often. You can see here, as the evening draws on and we progress through the game, the puzzles ramp up and Ben and Claire have to work together. And here they're trying to throw these apples into this little cart to unlock the level. And I think Claire popped it in the wrong direction there. But there's that light touch, so when you do get it wrong, it feels more like something you can laugh along with rather than get super frustrated. And it looks like, yes, the teamwork has paid off. Husband and wife taking on Tearaway Unfolded there. So that's our video looking at the Parent's Guide to PlayStation. What games in particular has the PlayStation 4 got to offer families that you can't find elsewhere, along with, of course, the FIFAs, the Minecrafts, and all those other family favourites. We'll be back soon with another video all about setting up your PlayStation perfectly for your family, and then also we're going to be looking at what extra features the PlayStation 4 has to offer beyond all those great games.